Extraction of crude metal from concentrated ore. Two steps are involved to convert concentrated ores to crude metals. First step is the conversion of the concentrated ore to metal oxide. You may ask why the concentrated ore has to be converted to metal oxide. Why not to metal sulfides, metal carbonates? If you take metal oxides, they can be easily reduced, whereas the other compounds of the metal cannot be reduced easily. So only we are converting concentrated ores into metal oxide. In the second step, we will reduce that metal oxide to elemental metals using a suitable reducing agent. The conversion of concentrated ore into metal oxides can be carried out by two processes, namely calcination and roasting. Now let's discuss about calcination. In this process, concentrated ore is strongly heated below its melting point in the absence of oxygen or in a limited supply of oxygen. This process is suitable for carbonate ore and hydrated oxide ores. During this process, moisture will be removed from the hydrated oxide ore. For example, upon calcination of hydrated ferric oxide, the moisture will be removed. Next, the volatile impurities, that is carbon dioxide, will also be removed. For example, when zinc carbonate is heated strongly, we get zinc oxide and carbon dioxide is removed. Due to the escapism of these volatile gases, the ore becomes porous. In roasting, concentrated ore is heated strongly below its melting point in the presence of excess oxygen. Roasting is mainly suitable for sulfide ores. During this process, non-volatile impurities such as arsenic, sulfur, phosphorus will be removed by converting them to their volatile oxides. For example, arsenic will be converted to arsenic oxide. Sulfur also gets converted to sulfur dioxide. Due to the removal of these gases, the mass becomes porous. Now let's see what happens upon roasting of copper ore, that is copper pyrite. When copper pyrite is heated in the presence of excess oxygen, copper will be converted to copper sulfide, iron will get converted to iron sulfide, and sulfur will be converted to sulfur dioxide and it will be removed. Now this iron sulfide will undergo further oxidation and becomes iron oxide. If you take the copper ore, there the iron will be considered as a impurity. So in order to remove this impurity, I will be adding some other substance which can react with this impurity. The substance that can react with that impurity will be called as flux. So here I am going to add silica as that flux. So this iron oxide will react with the silica to form iron silicate. This iron silicate will be formed as a layer and that we call it as slag. So in general we can say impurities, that is gangue, will react with the flux and it forms slag, and this slag will be easily removed. Second step involved in the extraction of crude metal is the reduction of metal oxide to its metal by using a suitable reducing agent like carbon, carbon monoxide, hydrogen, aluminium or any other reactive metals. For example, when iron oxide is treated with a suitable reducing agent, that is carbon, this iron oxide will get reduced to crude metal iron and this reducing agent will get oxidized. That is carbon will get oxidized to carbon dioxide. Which reducing agent we are going to choose, that depends upon the nature of the metal. For example, if you take the less reactive elements, metal oxides like zinc oxide, iron oxide or lead oxide, they can be reduced by using carbon. Whereas highly reactive metal oxides cannot be reduced using carbon. How to choose a suitable reducing agent? We will study it from Hellingham's diagram. This Hellingham's diagram we will discuss in the next class.